Do you think the Central Bank of Canada will lower the rate before the end of this year?
Well, I think there's a lot of uncertainty right now in the markets for in terms of central banking and the Bank of Canada right now in terms of when they might move next. Our view is that the Bank of Canada will cut. It's likely in our view that they will be moving probably in the early 2020 rather than in 2019. A number of factors are in play here, including a federal election. There's also that they'll be watching the data. The data hasn't been exceptionally weak, but and the labor market has been quite robust. But again, with the ongoing weakness in sort of the global economy and how that filters through into Canada, we expect to see a cut by probably early 2020.
How big of a factor is the Asian capital or buyers towards Canadian housing market?
Well, I think it's very difficult to quantify it. I think that the governments have tried, given they have implemented a foreign buying tax as well, and also tried to track those numbers. But even then, I think some of the numbers that we've seen are still only showing around that 10% range, 5 to 10% range in terms of buyers. In different pockets of the region, it's going to be in different regions of different cities. It's going to be different. But they are a part of it, and that's I think that's probably normal, especially given we're in Vancouver and in Toronto. These are very large metro cities with again very strong ties to Asia. But again, it's only a part of the story. We have a lot of migration into these provinces, into Canada. We're seeing a lot of individuals who are coming from other countries just coming here to live, and at some point they are technically non-residents or they're not quite permanent residents yet, but they will be in the future.
How's the economic situation of Canada in 2019?
Well, the economy has been growing at a pretty slow pace. I think on average, we're looking at roughly about a 1.6% growth rate this year, and that's down from where it was in 2018. Largely due to some one-off effects, the Alberta oil production cuts in the early part of the year, and I think we're still seeing this ongoing weakness in the manufacturing sector, and that's a reflection of the global trade environment. So again, we're looking at roughly about 1.5 to 1.6% growth this year, and roughly similar in 2020.
And how does that compare to our neighbor in the United States?
Well, in 2019, the U.S. is probably going to be growing at a faster pace than Canada, roughly about 2.5%. But I think that's rapidly slowing. Right now, the consensus is that the U.S. will be slowing to around closer to sub 2% in 2020. So they are facing, again, their own challenges right now of exports, slowing, a greater uncertainty in terms of trade, and also some political uncertainty as well. So I think Canada and U.S. are somewhat tied. We do rely on them as a major trading partner, and that's going to be I think a factor as we move forward. That's going to keep a relatively slower growth in the Canadian economy through 2020.
Okay.